this computer. Cool. Pop this up. Hey guys, what's going on? Mike Barron here, and I am here with Dustin. How's it going, Dustin?
Hey, what's going on?
And we're gonna quickly do just a really quick case study of how he brought in $28,250 in 30 days pre-selling lead gens, and this was in a brand new niche without any cold calling and no pre-existing proof in the niche. So I'm pretty excited for this. I think you guys are going to get a lot of value out of this. So I guess we'll just start off, Dustin. Tell everyone where you're from, how you came into contact with myself, JK, and Force 42, and then the 6-week program.
Yeah, no problem. So I'm originally from California, the Central Valley area, Fresno, California. I grew up there, high school there, got married there, and then I moved to Phoenix, Arizona. And that was back in 2012, and actually got into law enforcement. So I was a police officer out there. Then I had a pretty bad injury at work. I got medically retired, and then I had to find something else to do because medical retirement's not enough to live off of. So I got into the mortgage industry, and I started doing that for a little bit. Didn't have much fun doing it, to be honest. Then since I was working from home, we moved to Nashville, which is where I'm at right now.
Oh, nice.
And I got my realty license out here, and I was doing the realty thing. And that's kind of when I met a marketer who worked for the broker that I worked for. And I would kind of pick his brain, and he would teach me how to do things, Facebook ads, other ways of marketing. And so I actually kind of grew to love that more than the realty thing. So that's when I started looking for things, and I found JK. So okay. I got into JK pretty recently. It was like mid-December, around Christmas time, just last year.
So you're literally brand new to JK.
Right. Okay. So I started out pretty hot. I got like 10 lead gens up in the first week or two, and then I realized I couldn't keep that pace with my money. So I realized I was going to run out of money. So I was starting to looking for kind of what other people are doing. And that's when I found your cold to sold. And then so I started with your cold to sold. I took that training, right? And then I wanted more. So that's when I got your 60-minute social ads.
Oh, you actually bought both of them?
I bought both of them. Yeah. I bought both of them early January. So, it's kind of a head start on the course. Yeah. However, I just still didn't know what I was doing. You know what I mean? So I started kind of trying to model your, the kind of the way you were doing it. And if I'm being honest, I was almost mimicking it, and it was not working doing that, so I know you preach, being innovative, taking your ideas and making your own out of it. And so when I saw your class, I jumped on that, and just because I like the style already, I had a idea with cold to sold and 60-minute socials of kind of how you were doing it. Mm-hmm. So I jumped into the class, and immediately I think things started clicking. Just being in the class, you just learn so much more. It's just, you can take the cold to sold and 60-minute ads, but the class is going to take you to the next level. And there was just things that started clicking, and it started clicking pretty quick for me. A big one was niche selection. I was being too broad with my niches, and I was like, man, there are no blue oceans, as you call it. Right. I was like, there's nothing left, everything's marketed. And then we had a discussion, and you kind of told me a niche that you were doing, or that you had done in the past. And then it kind of clicked, like, I need to be way more specific. So I took a niche, and I just went as specific, like, subcategory as I could get.
Yep.
Where it almost doesn't even where it's like, that's so random type deal, and I just ran with it. And I think my first sale was within a week or two of your class. With it. Yeah. It's just things started clicking, that made sense. A lot of it was be innovative. A huge thing that made it easier was, the videos that you preach, and it just made the sales so much easier on my end. I have a pretty high conversion rate. I think I'm over 30% on my sales calls.
Wow.
it just, they're so easy because the people know already why they're getting on the phone with me. It's already, it's as pre-sold as it gets, it makes it so easy. So, that's just a lot of value that came from your class, and, things started clicking. And then once I got that first niche rolling, I jumped on another one, like similar, but just a different subcategory. And I just realized, the opportunities were endless with subcategories, it's just, or even further down than subcategories, micro niches. And I just started jumping on them. And, and then another thing was just the fear, like, who cares if the niche doesn't work, it doesn't work. Like, just do it, So, instead of getting in my own head where I'm like, I don't think that's going to work. I just started doing it, and I got nervous, like, what if I can't get leads for these people? And then, once all that fear went away, it was just, you can get a little reckless, but that's all right. And, but I haven't had somebody yet that I haven't been able to get leads for. So, cause you just trust it, trust the process. That's what everyone's saying in the JK group, so.
Love it. Love it. Yeah. A lot of, that's part of what I train, obviously, is that 3X drill down. And like, you see people that, like, especially in other groups, like, they go after the niches that everyone goes after.
Right.
Right.
And that's my first 5 lead gens, was appliance repair, tree service. And I was like,
there you go.
and they just thinking bigger, I won't really take on a client for less than 3,000 anymore, thanks to your teaching. And it's huge. I had lead gens that I was selling for $500-600 a month, and it just, now you can sell lead gens for $3,000 a month. So,
yeah. That's like, one of my mentors taught me that, like, you don't get, like, ask for a lot, right? Like, why go for the small amount when literally when you figure this out and that light bulb goes on, when the work of a $500 client is the same as a $5,000 client. The only difference is how you position yourself, the sales process you bring them through, like the pre-selling and all that stuff that we go over. And it's just as easy. And actually, sometimes when you're dealing with these bigger ticket niches, when an average client is worth more for them, it's an easier sale than the hair salon, because they're like, oh, wait a second, like, my average client pays me $5,000. If I pay you 3 a month and I get 1, then we're gravy.
Right.
It's like, it's such a nice, sales argument, and the value's there. Cause like, it's going through on the other end. Love it, Dustin. Right. So what was like, kind of, cause you didn't join right away. So what was kind of like, what was the obstacle? Cause I think you joined class, you're in class 5. So you actually watched class 1, 2, 3, and 4 of Force 42 go by, and you didn't join.
Well, I'll be honest. I didn't, 5, this was the first I heard about it. I jumped on it the first time I heard about it. I don't know. I just wasn't seeing it in the group, I guess. I just wasn't, I don't know. Or I wasn't paying attention to it, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I jumped on the first one I saw. The first post I saw from you, I asked for details. And as soon as you told me, I just jumped in it. I just did it. So,
okay. I love it. Because I was like, my question was going to be like, what was that? What kept you on the fence? What was the?
No, I didn't know it existed.
Oh, you didn't know it existed?
Wow. No, I didn't know until I jumped on the first post. I saw from.
Beautiful. Cool. So like, and then obviously, so how much if you don't mind me asking, how much were you making per month when you came into Force 42 and the 6-week program?
Oh man, pennies, I guess, compared to now, I guess, it's, I think I had like, maybe, I think it's a little less than 2,000 a month. And that was off of like 3 lead gens or 4 lead gens I had sold, So I think I had like 10 made, and I think I already had 4 sold.
Okay.
That ranked pretty quick, or they got decently ranked. But it was just, it was like appliance repairs, just a low ticket stuff, where I can't really justify charging much more than $500-600 a month. Yeah. They'll lose money at some point, because they also weren't generating that many leads. They were so new.
Yeah.
So, they weren't generating like a number 1 rank, because they were still like second page.
Yeah.
Sites, but yeah, at this, I actually got rid of almost all of them and just started over when I got in here. It's just because I didn't want to deal with, I wanted to work towards, if I'm going to be working on lead gens, because to be honest, like SEO and the GMB is not the, not the most fun to me,
Yeah.
dealing with GMBs and SEO. I like that the outcome, because that's, where you're gonna get that passive income where you don't have to worry about it in the
And
future.
it's a digital asset you own.
Right. But actively doing it, I don't enjoy it. But
yeah, no, I could never get myself to build sites,
right.
pay for it out of my own money, wait for it to rank,
Right.
and then find the buyer once. Like, and I know that method works. Like, there's so many people in
Oh yeah,
in
exactly.
the group that do that. I just could never motivate myself to do it. Wait.
Mhm.
For me, I'd rather be like, how do I get them value right away, which is really what they want, and then how do we collect money right away?
Right. And now you have the client actually paying for the lead gen.
Exactly.
So when they leave you, they bought you the lead gen. So you got
exactly.
it, And I just decided, if I'm going to work on a lead gen, I want it to be one that's producing, $3,000 a month or more. I do have a client too. I did sell one for 6,300 a month.
Oh, beautiful.
Right.
So your highest was 6,300 a month.
Mm-hmm.
So how many clients in total do you have now?
I think seven.
Okay. So 7. And this is all from the start of Force 42. You had a little bit of a head start because you went through.
But I don't have my previous clients anymore because I ditched those niches. Just
okay. Just focus on what you're doing.
Right. So all 7 of my current clients are from since I started Force 42. It's all of my 100% of them.
Beautiful.
Right.
I'm impressed, Dustin. So guys, a lot of lessons to take away from this before I ask Dustin some more questions. But number one, like, this is how you want to approach courses. Like, notice Dustin got into JK, the other program, 10 things right away. Too many people go through courses and they don't make decisions and they don't take action at all. You will learn by making mistakes. And even like your 10 niches, that's not wasted. Your 10 lead gens, that's not wasted, because going through those actions, taking action, figuring out what doesn't work. Like, part of the things that I say is like, pick 3 niches, like pick 3, scrape 3 lists at one time and go, because there's some of them aren't going to work. But for like the people that I've realized that they're like, oh, what's the perfect niche, right? They're the ones that never pick a niche and they never find the perfect niche. The people that follow what you did, what I personally do, which is you pick a whole bunch of them and you throw a lot of action out. That's how you start to find out what works, what doesn't work, what makes money, all that. And those are the people that find the perfect niche. So that's a big lesson, I think, to take away. Just like, I listened to your story there of, even how you got into JK and took a lot of action, which is super key. The other one is niching down, right? Super, super key. And getting away from competition. I think it's missed in so many things, where it's like the biggest limiting factor of our success. You hear me say this all the time in the Force 42 group, but it's like, is competition, right? Like, if you had no competition, how much money would you make? You'd make unlimited. Like, if you were the only guy in the world to do SEO, you'd make unlimited money because there's no competition, right? And I think like a lot of people forget that. And they go after like, oh, the Ipe did the tree niche, so I'm going to do the tree niche, and it's like they jam the same niches. But like, when you start to actually be a little bit strategic, think about, and you were talking before this, which about like, if you think it's hard, because this was one thing that I said, and you kind of rallied back on it, which was like, one of the best niches I'm in now. I looked at the niche and I said, damn, that's going to be tough. And the old Mike would have been like, you know what? Not doing it. It's tough. But then now I'm like, that is exactly why you want to go after that niche. And that's exactly, I guess, tell the story without giving away your niche.
Yeah, right. So I got into a niche where I originally didn't want to get into, because it kind of scared me a little bit. Just there's a lot of rules and laws and regulations in advertisement, and a lot of these businesses they will even push the like how strict they are. They'll even push it past it to be extra safe.
Yep.
So, I kind of didn't want to deal with it, and it kind of scared me a little bit. I didn't want to deal with all that. But yeah, like you were saying, when it clicked, it was like, well, if it's making me nervous, it makes other people nervous, so I might as well just learn it and do it. And it's worked out.
Got it. Got it. Beautiful. And so you're running basically the exact process start to finish. Are you doing following the audit call script? Are you following the planning call script? Did you make any changes and innovations on that? Or is it pretty much like you're following that framework?
It's the framework is followed 100%. Obviously some of the wording just, I worded it to sound like me and not you, you know? So, but I mean, the structure is, it's, I went through your exact script and I kind of just changed some wording, and then I obviously made it specific to my niches.
Yeah.
I have a different script for every niche.
Perfect.
And it's ready to go. I can read it verbatim. I've done enough to kind of where, you know, I don't have to do that, but I can read it verbatim, and whatever niche I have, I just pull up that one, and that's what I do for the sales call.
Perfect.
But yeah, it's your framework. I got it from you, so that's where it came from.
Perfect. Love it. Love it. Well done. So I guess the last question for anyone on the fence about working with myself, Mike Barron, or joining Force 42, what would you tell them? Like if they're like, I don't know, I'm on the fence, I don't know if I should do this.
Well, I think obviously most people are going to be on the fence because of money. And if you can go into trainings and apply what you're learning, your training will pay itself back. It'll pay itself back before it's over. I mean, there's a lot of people that have already made their money back in our class and in all of your classes, and I think those are just anybody that's applying themselves is going to get their money back. And that, so, I mean, that's my thing is don't be scared. You're going to get your money back if you're applying what you're learning. That's, it's really, it works. So.
Well, thank you, Dustin. Anything else you want to add? Any parting remarks?
Just join it. I mean, you're going to, you won't regret it. You'll learn something, you know what I mean? You're not going to go in there and not learn something. Even if you don't take the system, you can take pieces from the system. It's worth every penny. You don't have to follow it. You can also take it and sell whatever you want. You don't have to sell lead gens. You can sell your swag. You can sell anything.
That's a big point.
Anything you're doing, you can sell your own business. You can sell your own products, sell whatever you want with it,
Beautiful.
And here's my son.
Oh, hey, Dustin, thanks you so much for jumping on and doing this for me and doing this interview. I think a lot of people are just, even if they don't join, are going to get great value out of this interview. Just like some of the nuggets that you dropped are definitely valuable. So with that said, I'll let you get back to your son, and I'll catch you later.
Cool. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Later, Dustin.
See ya.